Hello folks, one of the most common questions I get asked about car leasing is how far in advance should I be looking for my lease? And at the end of my lease, what do I do about that crossover period? I've probably covered this in other videos, but it's time to revisit it really. So for that first question, how far in advance should you be looking? I personally would always start looking probably 6 months in advance. If you're going to factory order a car, and some people really want to factory order because they want a very specific trim level or specific colour. I don't, because I always want the best deal I can get. So I more than happy go for an in-stock version of a car. I'm not too bothered about what colour it's going to be. I just want to get the best deal I can get for my money. But if you do want a factory order, then maybe start looking 6 months in advance. It's unusual to get a factory ordered car in less than 3 months. And I would say 6 months is about as long as it takes at the moment for most cars. There are, however, some really popular cars and just some cars that are slightly rarefied air where you might have to order way in advance. Not too long ago, that was true of quite a lot of cars during the pandemic, etc. A lot of cars had 12 to 18 month waits, but things are a bit more sensible these days. But still, I think 6 months is a good rule of thumb for a factory order. Now, sometimes, of course, those factory orders are also on an amazing offer, and you might see those a little bit ahead of when you might normally order. I would just make your inquiry with the broker and see if it's possible to try and tie something into a delivery date, because if everyone's in agreement, then no problem really. Hopefully they can just hold on to the car for a little bit longer than normal once it is produced and deliver it to you on your sort of swap over day. In terms of in-stock deals, we obviously see a lot of those on my channel. Generally, it's rare to get a car delivered in under a week, and it's, I would say, less usual for an in-stock deal to take more than 4 weeks. But somewhere between 1 and 4 weeks, as a general rule of thumb, is what you should be sort of looking at really. When they say in stock, sometimes it means the car's on a ship waiting to get to the dock. Sometimes it's sitting on a dock somewhere. I don't live too far away from Southampton. The dock's absolutely filled with cars and vans at Southampton, and all those cars are waiting to be uplifted and taken off to dealerships. So with those in-stock deals, you can get a really good deal fairly last minute, but don't think you're going to pick up the phone, sort out your lease and get it tomorrow. There's all the finance applications and everything to go through. And then, of course, the logistics of getting the car to you from wherever it currently is. And it might even have to go to a dealer first for its sort of pre-delivery inspection, etc. But yeah, 1 to 4 weeks for an in-stock car. Now, I think probably the most common question I'm asked on this sort of subject is, what do we do for the crossover period? You know, your car goes back on, for example, the 1st of June, and your new car might not come until the 3rd week in June or the 1st week in July or something like that. Or maybe it's going to be here too early. So if the car's going to arrive too early, what you can do is speak to the broker or speak to the leasing company and just ask them if they can hold on to it for a bit. Quite often they can, but if they can't, if it is a time-sensitive deal and it has to be gone, you could speak to your current company and see if you can return the car early. Generally, you'll incur a little bit of a penalty for that. So if it's in the last month, you'll probably just pay your last month payment, but not have the car for as long, which is not ideal. But sometimes it might be worthwhile for you to do that because the deal on the new car is so good. If there's going to be a gap the other way, you could, of course, hire yourself a car for a couple of weeks, but that can be really expensive. But generally, you can speak to the leasing company that are giving you your current car and just ask them for a small extension. Ask them for a 1 month extension. The only issue around that is sometimes that means your car is now due an MOT. And if they grant you an extension, it's down to you to get the car MOT'd. And of course, if it fails, you're going to have to put the car right and get that MOT on it still. So it is risky business. A lot of people are choosing to do a 2-year lease now. 3-year used to be what everyone went for, or most people went for. 2-year is becoming more common, and I think that's because the car market's become so erratic in recent times, particularly since the pandemic. It's been extremely erratic and volatile. So a 2-year deal perhaps keeps your options open, and then if you do have to extend it at the end, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to get an MOT. There's no risk or anything attached to that. You simply pick up the phone to the leasing company, ask if you can keep the car for an extra month or 2 months even, and usually they'll say yes. You'll get 2 extra payments, and that'll be that. I've had it in the past where I've extended a lease and we've done much lower than our agreed mileage at the start of the lease, and they actually reduced our payments when we extended. We extended ours for a year, and they reduced the payment by 60 quid a month because we were so far under our agreed mileage. So these things do happen from time to time, folks. The good news is though, folks, none of this should be a particular headache. The most frustrating thing is when you order your first lease car and you get a delay for the manufacture of it, or you're told, yes, you should have the car on the 1st of June, and then on the first week in May, someone contacts you and says, oh, it hasn't been accepted by a factory yet, so it's going to be another 2 months. That's really annoying and really frustrating. But if that happens on the renewal, you know, hopefully you can sort it out without too much aggro. Folks, as a reminder, I think the best place to look for your new lease is Lease Loco. It's a big comparison site. There's a link in the video description and a QR code popping up on the screen, which you can scan with your phone if you're watching this on your TV. By using that link, it helps support the channel, and it also will give you access to what I think is by far the friendliest to use car leasing comparison site in the UK. Very easy to filter through, very easy to find the best deals at the time you click. And don't forget, shop for the deal, not the car. That means shop your budget and get the best car you can for your money. Thanks for watching this one, folks. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please share it wherever you can. Subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, come back for more. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.